Hi guys, so I'm here to quickly go over your project reflection with you. At this point, your whole project should be done. Your essay or your Google Slides or your Flipgrid are done. So for your project reflection, you're going to pick your team. So if you're on team L, you're going to click on Mr. Rains. If you're on team M, on Mrs. Bermudez. If you're on team K, on mine, Mrs. Brown's. I'm just going to click on that one for this example. Each one is the same. They're just split up by team, so that's easier for us to see your responses. Now, remember, part of your rubric grade, so if we look back before we start on this rubric grade, criterion B, investigating, part of this grade is that you reflect on and explain the process and results of creating the project independently. So that this is really your reflection. So we need thorough reflection. So it should not be, I don't know, or yes, or it was okay. We need thorough explanations. So looking at our reflection, just quick, what section are you in? Which IB learner profile trait did you pick? Why did you pick it? This would be part of a thorough reflection, having a thorough explanation. Which historical leader did you select? Why did you pick that leader? Again, thorough explanation. And this is a really important one now. Did you follow the action plan you created? Yes or no? And then explaining your answer. And this needs to be, at least 2 full sentences, I would say, if you're aiming for an 8. Okay, 2, 3, 4 sentences. If you give us one sentence like, I didn't always follow my action plan because it was hard, that is not going to get you a 7-8. Okay, you need to thoroughly reflect on, explain. Maybe you tried to do too much on one day, and looking back at it, you should have split it up more. Maybe you did too little on one day. You should have given yourself more. Really explaining that process. Did you like making your own schedule or when the teacher makes a schedule for you? So, think about unit 6. We gave you a schedule. This one you made your own. So choosing which one you prefer. And then again, a thorough explanation here. So again, 2, 3, 4 sentences if you want that 8 on the rubric. Really explaining making my own allowed me, to self-pace, which I feel like that helps me, or maybe it was really hard for me to decide what to do on each day. And I like when the teacher does that. It helps me to follow the schedule better, but really explaining that. What effect do you think making your own action plan had on your project? Do you think it improved your project, hurt your project, more successful, less successful? Really explaining. Again, thorough answers there if you're aiming for an 8. Which project format did you pick? Did you like having a choice? Why did you pick that project format? And then these final 2 questions. How did this project help you reflect on what you learned in social studies this whole year? And how did this project help you reflect on yourself during this past year? And again, we want thorough explanations, right? Looking back at our rubric, thoroughly reflecting and explaining this process of creating your project, and being independent in your reflection. You really shouldn't be asking your teacher for help to do your own reflection. Okay, so, and once you're done with that reflection, which again is the last thing you're doing, you do want to go ahead and click turn in on your whole project because this should be the last thing you're doing. So once your reflection, you've submitted your reflection, you can go ahead and turn in your whole project, and then you are done with your end of the year social studies project. Congratulations.